Alright. Hello, I'm going to explain the basics of Express Sharp, which is an image processing like real-time image processing for Express applications. So here I've just built a really basic Express application and ensured I had no Sharp installed, which I can show you down here in the terminal. You would just do npm install Sharp. And since I already have it downloaded, it's very quick. So that's step one. And here I've just written a really basic async function with just one pre-written line of code for a function that Sharp can do. This will be taking this image I have saved in this images folder, which is a JPEG, and it'll be turning it into a PNG, which will happen here if I just run node app. And here it's I've declared the Sharp variable, and so here we have it taking in the original .jpg, and it's turning it into PNG and saving it under this name, Pullman edited, and the images should look the same because I didn't change anything about that, just that it's a PNG. So that's the first functionality of Sharp. You can also log this info here to get metadata, which I can show you. So here we're getting width, height, etc. And then from there we can look at like manipulation of the image, which could include like grayscale, which we can just get rid of this console.log, just comment it out. And let's now work with our, we can keep it here and we can keep turning it into a PNG, and instead we can just add this simple keyword here for grayscale, run that node app command again, and then now the edited photo is a PNG and it's also grayscale. We can also resize the image, which all we have to do is change grayscale to resize. And as we had logged before, it's the width is 489 by 281. We can change it to something really small. We can make it a square image, save that, run this again, and look at it, and now it's quite small. And instead of like shrinking the image, what it's done is just cut it to be that 100 by 100 square that we've set it to become. Right, and then we can also invert the image. So you've seen here this command, we can just 100, and it looks a little bit silly now, but that's what this command does. You know, and we can combine some of the things that we've done. So we've done threshold, and we can also do resize and do again that 100 by 100. And then we'll see here that it's done all of that. Another keyword to look at would be blur. So we'll delete all of this and just blur it. Run it again. You can see the difference between the original here and then the edited version. And we can also set a value to this blur. So say we set it to 40. And let's change this to another name so we can kind of see the difference. So this was our initial blur, and then this is it set to 40. So we can set like the blur intensity as well. And then we don't even have to work with an image that already exists. We can create our own image. And so I'll just comment out what we've done above and, do that same constant info. We can await sharp, that same setup. But now we've got more stuff to put into it. So we'll do here. Now we're going to be creating something. We can set the width. So come back to the height, channels, and the background color. So, which would be in the RGB format. So we can think, if you want to make a green, just a solid green image, 255, 0. We can just make a square, maybe 200, we'll do 1000 pixels, 1000, do 4 channels. Oh, I see here, I forgot the commas. And the comma here. Okay, and then we can again set it to a PNG and save it to, let's just copy this up here. And we can make this a 3. And then we'll go down here and run the Node app and see we made a green square. And again, we can add those same commands that we've done before, like resize, which would be a little bit silly here because we're setting the size up here, but just to show that you can use multiple. And it'll be saved in the 3. So it is smaller. It's still a square, but it's smaller. And then if we change, we go here, we can also set an alpha value. And then let's save this for comparison. So now we've got some transparency going on there as compared. Yeah, and then these different commands, it can be useful instead of doing some of this image editing outside of your program. You can always do this editing in your code so you're not changing things. Resizing is great because you can take a bunch of images, and if they're all different sizes as you download them, you can run these in your Express applications to resize and create them in like that grayscale we saw, and it'll all be uniform without squishing the image because the resizing cuts it instead of trying to make the original image fit inside your designated size. So yeah. All right, thank you.